Reed, and you're listening to Southern Miss Today. It's 12:10 on Tuesday, April 22nd. Today we have Colby Hips, Carl Brown, and right now we'll kick it off with Kayla Camp. Hey Kayla, thanks for coming.
Hello there. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, and you're here to talk to us about Downtown Music Media.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, Downtown.
Facebook page, right?
Right, yeah. It's basically just a Facebook page that I launched in December 2013. And originally I launched it using media that I had stored over the course of probably, I don't know, since I graduated high school in '06. On my computer I had all these pictures and videos of local artists because I love local music. So I decided I would consolidate them all and create a Facebook page, and that's just really...
Just for the purpose of, like, collecting
having an archive.
Yeah.
And for the purpose of getting all of that off of my personal page and having somewhere else to put it too. So it's ended up being a great way to like organize and store events and promote for events and things like that. So
this has been like a hobby of yours since high school, and you just kind of got more serious about it lately, right?
I would say probably like after high school when I got into college. I came straight here to Southern and I started following the local music. I started then. I think my first YouTube video is actually from 2009 maybe, but and it was horrible quality, like awful quality, but that's when I started it, and I guess it kind of picked up momentum over the past couple of years, especially because you know no one can deny that the scene here is like booming right now.
Yeah.
So that's the status currently.
So how did you get this idea, or how did Hattiesburg or
well,
Downtown Music Media start?
I, like I said, I had all that media stored, and so I was talking with some friends of mine who play music in town, and I kind of got the opinion of the public. I put it on Facebook and asked how people would feel about this idea of me coming up with a Facebook page strictly for media, because, I mean, Hub City Music has their promotion, and everyone has a Facebook page these days. So I wasn't trying to step on any toes. I just wanted something strictly for media that you could go to and like look up an album from an event. So I kind of started brainstorming, and then in December, and until then I didn't have any equipment. I had a cell phone, and I was just going around taking pictures. And I think Dr. E one time said, you know, this chick, she goes around, she takes pictures like a ninja on her phone. And I was just like, that's what I do. But a really good friend of mine, Sean Lowry, actually bought me all of the gear that I needed to get started. So he got me the camera, the tripod, the SD card, the case for my camera, and he was like, look, you know, I know this is something you want to do, so do it.
That's
and
so sweet.
That's how it really got big, I guess, was when I started having the ability to come up with better quality stuff.
So what have you filmed so far?
I film pretty much every weekend, and anyone that wants me to film, I'll go out and film for them. I can name tons of local bands that I've filmed for. I would say, like...
What are some of your favorites?
Some of my favorites would have to be Perpetrator, Paradox Charlie, Pine Belt Pickers, Dr. E and the Voodoo Kings. There's so many. I don't want to pick favorites because I feel like every band is, you know, well, okay, whatever. But, you know, everyone has their favorites, but I enjoy local music. That's my favorite in general. And so an event that I've kind of been proud of that I covered was Band from a Hat. It was my first major event that I did, and I was there hustling the whole time with my,
where, like,
you know,
everybody, like all the different musicians, like good musicians, they put their names in a hat, and and these are like all different bands, and they pull like the names from the hat, and that forms like the band for like the day or something.
Well, you form your band, and then you have 30 days to come up with 25 minutes of original music. And then, so they set the deadline, and they're like, here's the event, and here's when you have to have your music. And so we had 10 bands originally, and 3 dropped out. So we had 7 at the final event, and I filmed the whole thing. But before the event, I did some behind-the-scenes, like, footage. Like, I went to rehearsals, and I sat up and filmed, like, as the bands were getting to know each other, because, I mean, you know, it's just random musicians that are used to playing different genres of music, and they're thrown all together, and they've got to somehow figure out a way.
Pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really interesting, and so I came up with this idea to do, like, this documentary, which is still kind of in the works, because, like I said, I've got a lot of work to do as far as getting, like, software and equipment to use, but I want to do a documentary called Inside the Hat, and I've kind of started on it. And
that's so cute.
that's the first major. That's probably whenever my YouTube channel started really getting recognized, was when I came out with some like trailers and stuff for Inside the Hat, and they're just like little 60-minute clips of behind the scenes and stuff. But
yeah, you were saying earlier you do like promo trailers and stuff too.
Yeah, I can do. That's kind of something I do if someone specifically will ask me what they want, or for my favorite bands, I'll say, I do sit around sometimes and think about like, oh, this would be neat to put together a compilation of these shows or whatever. And and it's always good to do that because practice makes perfect. So
definitely. Like, consistency is
right.
key, and like you said, you're doing this every weekend. This is more than a hobby to you right now.
Oh yeah, it's become so much more than a hobby to me, and I don't know where it will go from here, but I feel like so far it's already shown so many direct results. Like, my YouTube channel was promoted to partner without me even, that was obviously going to be a goal of mine, but I didn't have a clue that I could reach that so soon. So like, things have happened. As far as
like you being partner, what does that mean for your YouTube channel?
I really don't even know yet. I think it means like, I know,
like ads.
Yeah, they stream ads, and you can eventually make money off of it. So, that's always a plus, to be able to have some kind of supplement of income for the work I'm doing. Right. It's been a voluntary service. It's been something that I started doing for free, and I never intended on being like, okay, I'm going to wake up today and tell people, you'll have to pay me if I'm going to come film you. Yeah. But, obviously, if there's an event where I'm going to have to block out a day of my life and then edit to a certain, standard, or if someone wants something very specific, I've been offered compensation and I will accept it for that. But I'm building, right.
You want to work with people.
I like to collaborate, right? Yeah, I like to try to collaborate and work with people, and instead of saying pay me, cash, I'll say, well, maybe we can cross promote, and then next time I need something, you can help me out or whatever.
I think that's awesome.
And
it's
so,
a great way to,
right.
Push yourself forward. What appeals to you about film? Or filming music in general? Like, music is really important to you.
Yeah. Filming music is something I feel like, what's important to me is catching the shots that people miss. And so for me to do that, I listen to a lot of local music. Like, it's not something I just go out and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, I've got local music in my car. I've got it on my computer. I'm editing these videos. And I'm friends with these people. So I know when, people are about to go off on some crazy solo. Or I know, I just kind of pick up on things.
That's true. That's really important.
So, yeah, when you're filming and you're, that's probably my favorite part, is just getting to know the music and the people that are playing the music to an extent to where you are able to predict those things and get them on film. Because, not everybody has that ability. And not every camera is going to work magic, so you've got to, at some point, work with what you've got. And
that's so, yeah.